everybody, and welcome to Weight Loss Wednesday, episode 200. It's the 200th episode that we are broadcasting live with a giveaway of over $1,000 worth of prizes, which I'm going to explain to you how you can enter the contest and win. But first, I want to welcome you and thank you so much. If you are a regular viewer of Weight Loss Wednesday, you know that this is a show that I don't usually do live. It started out live in November of 2016. And it's kind of a funny story because I'm not very technologically advanced or savvy. I didn't even have an iPhone until I think about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I was trying to go live to my private group called the Ultimate Weight Loss Facebook group. And I pushed the wrong button. And episode 1 of Weight Loss Wednesday went everywhere on Facebook. And there were over 400 people watching. So I said, well, I guess I have to keep doing it that way. So now 4 years and 200 episodes later, I want to thank you so much for your support and for, being here, watching my lives and being interested in my work, and I want to reward you with many, many gifts. It's kind of funny because I originally didn't expect this to be an extravaganza, and I'll explain how that happened. I was talking to Corey from the Holland Bowl Mill because people love his products, but they're over $100. Not everybody buys one, but they're so great. And I said, it's my 200th episode because I don't do the show live anymore. I did the show live the first 100 episodes. And then I figured it was an hour-long format Q&A. And I figured I had said everything I could say about weight loss. Plus my book had already come out and it was all in there, everything I knew. So I started doing a shorter format of 5-minute to 15-minute episodes pre-recorded of recipes. And I didn't realize till almost a week ago that I had no recipes and that it coincided with 200. And I said to Corey, I said, well, maybe we could just give away a bowl for the 200th episode. Well, I had no idea that it was going to blow into this because the vendors that I love, the small businesses, I really love to support small businesses, ethical businesses, vegan businesses, especially during the pandemic. Well, they all kind of know each other. A lot of them know each other because, as you know, I've produced 19 conferences, and this year was supposed to be my 20th conference. The pandemic thought otherwise. And so they often were vendors at my conferences, and they became friends, like Nick from Local Spicery and Thomas from California Balsamic. They're making products together. And so when somebody heard that Corey was donating, everybody wanted to donate. We were literally adding prizes to the last minute. There are over 16 different wonderful vendors, and all of them pretty much have given us also some codes because we know not everybody can win, but they've given us codes from between 10% to 20% to even $50 off. So before I go into the meaty part of the episode, which is something that I really want to talk about that's near and dear to my heart, I just want to show you what the wonderful prizes are that you can be eligible for if you enter the contest. But you are going to need to be on my mailing list. We really can't run a contest through Facebook, YouTube, and Restream. It's really, really difficult. So there'll be a link, actually it's rare right now, in the chat box. You can just sign up for the list. We are not, we don't spam you. And I do see a super chat donation. I don't have my bell. And just so you know, I can't read the comments today. My vision is not that good. The computer's over there, but I'll try to catch up as soon as I can. So that's the only way we can really legitimately and fairly run the contest, which I think is fun. But let me show you the prizes because these are things I really use and love. I think I'm an honest person. I'm an Aries. I'm actually a double Aries. And I get asked by a lot of companies to promote their products and to be on my show. But I'm pretty selective because my feeling is if I don't genuinely love it or use it, or in the case like today, I had Unreal Deli on, I can't use it because I'm allergic to soy, but I saw a lot of value in that product. I'm not the kind of person that wants to ever speak ill of another person or another product. And if it's something I can't use, I just don't put it on the show. So these are things I really use. These are things that have enhanced my life in terms of making it more delicious or making my life easier. So I will show you the products from the 16 different vendors. Now, 2 of the vendors, I don't have the product to show you. So I'll mention them first. One is the Veggie Dome. And the reason I don't have it is because it broke in transport from moving from LA to the desert. And what it is a dome, and it's clear and it's beautiful, and you can keep your fruits and vegetables in it on the counter longer. And Duncan is going to be giving away one absolutely free. Now, I can't memorize all the discount codes. That's why you want to be on my email list, because it's taken us like a day to type it up what all the discounts are. But somebody is going to win a Veggie Dome, and they're absolutely beautiful. Tracy from Tracy's Real Foods, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago, is donating this huge goodie basket of her gluten-free whole food treats. And I don't have any because we ate them all, but they are delicious. And unfortunately, you do have to be in the US to win, except for the Instant Pot. It's, guys, realize it's really expensive for companies to ship glass bottles in the pandemic and going to the post office with customs. So, you know, if you don't live in the United States, I still love you, and I'll do my best for the Weight Loss Summit to create more virtual prizes. But with the exception of the Instant Pot, where you can live in Canada, you will have to live in the United States. So that's that. Well, let me just tell you how this whole thing started with the Holland Bowl. These are wonderful, and these cost about $125. This is actually, we just chopped our salad because this is the key to my success, always having healthy food ready. And so this bowl is beautiful. I wish I could pick it up and show you the bottom, because what they do is they personalize for free. But I'll show you another product. If you order, you get, with my code, you get the free mezzalune, which is normally $20. But what's really cool about Holland Bowl Mill is you can get anything printed on it for absolutely free. So this is the cutting board, and you can see I had printed on it, if you're not hungry enough to eat vegetables, you're not hungry. And on the bottom of that bowl, what it says is grow up and eat your damn vegetables. So that is one of the prizes that some lucky winner will win. And I'm just going to go through all of these that are right here. So I'm not going to be showing you every single item of every single company. I Love Date Lady is going to give a year's supply of date syrup. I want to win that one. I don't use it often, but I do use it. And this is a product that is organic and one ingredient, just dates. So thank you so much, Colleen from I Love Date Lady. And thank you, Corey from Holland Bowl Mill. And thank you, Tracy from Tracy Real Foods. And thank you, Duncan from Veggie Dome. I really appreciate that you guys are doing that, and also giving the viewers any codes between 10% off, 20% off, or even $50 off. Okay. So recently on the show, I had an adorable lady named Jan, the Gadget Gal, and she is from Kitchen Kitchen. It's a local store, and she is giving $50 to spend. She has the most unique, adorable items that you will ever see in that store. So if you live in the desert, definitely try to get there in person. And again, I tried to pick the items that were my favorite for the prize. So Aunt Cassie from Tupperware is giving away my favorite can opener. It's normally $35. And what's great about this is it leaves no sharp edges. If you watch my videos, you know that I really do use this, and I love it. And so you'll be getting that. So thank you, Kurt, or AKA Aunt Cassie. By the way, this is one of my very favorite items, but we're not giving that away, but it just happens to be here. I really should have asked Pampered Chef to donate something, but Tupperware does have a steamer. I just ate lunch, that's why it's there. So what else have we got here? Okay, Benson's Table Tasty. Thank you so much, Debbie Benson. She's donating 5 bottles. These cost $9.99 each of Benson's Gourmet Seasonings. It's my favorite of her flavors, the Table Tasty. And one person is going to get the 2-pound bag, which costs $39.99. So that's kind of cool. And this is a very good substitute if you're trying to get off salt. She has a bunch of other flavors you might want to check out with the 10% Chef AJ discount, but that's what the prize is. What else have we got here? Ooh, $50 to spend at the Body Deli. Now, for this does not include shipping. So, you know, like you're getting $50 worth of product. So, but this is very generous. Thank you, Margaret. And again, all these people have been on the show. You can look them up and hear about their product. I'll just show you some of my favorite products from the Body Deli. I mean, if you win, of course you can order whatever you want, but probably my favorite is the blueberry cleanser. It's like putting blueberry pie on your face. So I really do use this, and I really do use their shampoo and conditioner. So this is the truth. I mean, that's why I have these here. And I just got from Susan this gift of the Phoenix Lift Oil. It's really nice. If you do live locally, you can request samples and try whatever you want. The melon foaming cleanser was great, and so was the blueberry fusion scrub. Okay. One of the newer people that I've been in contact with is Tony from Joy Foods. He's been on the show twice, and the last time was with his sister doing some recipes. This is the product. I love this product because it's shelf stable and it makes plant milk that doesn't separate. When I used to do it myself from either nuts or nut butter, it always separated, but this tastes really good, and it comes in cashew and almond, and somebody's going to get a 2-pack, 1 cashew, 1 almond. So that's pretty cool right there, if you ask me. What else have we got here? We have got some skincare from Kaylin Harwell. This is my favorite thing of all the things she makes. I think this is like a $50 product, actually. This is called Soft as a Peach Cream. I had her on the show once, and I actually ate this. This smells like, I remember when I was little, I used to have the peach ice cream from Baskin Robbins. This is before I was vegan, before the age of 17. And this smells so amazing, and it feels amazing on your face. One lucky winner is going to win that. But I have a lot of Kaylin's products as well. So I love both Kaylin Harwell and Body Deli. They're different products for different reasons, but I have a lot of her. This is the Decolette serum. This won an award. So she's got amazing, amazing products. Okay, so now let's get into the stuff we eat. So we have from Dylan Holmes, Well Your World, $50 to spend in his store. And I have his dressings in the refrigerator I can show you, but these have not been opened yet. So he makes amazing sauces that are SOS-Free, meaning Gold Hammer approved, no sugar, no oil, no salt. They come in Asian, Indian. Oops, I have two Asians for, well, it's okay. Barbecue sauce, ketchup, and my personal favorite, the sriracha. That is my favorite. And the salad dressings come in 5 flavors. Honey mustard, Italian, balsamic, Catalina, and maybe it's only 4, but I think it's 5. But they're in the refrigerator because they've already been opened. So he's going to be giving a $50 gift card that you can spend at Well Your World. And then we have Local Spicery, who in my opinion makes the best, mostly organic, non-irradiated spices. And Nick is going to be giving a gift pack of my favorite spices. I don't have this all memorized. That's why please sign up for my mailing list, because then by tomorrow, we're going to send all this to you. It's a really, really long email, but I know that some of my favorites are the Tosca del Sol, or maybe it's called Sol della Toscana. This blend, the pepperoni is just amazing on mushrooms and potatoes, anything you put in the air fryer, the gingerbread spice unique. And I think there's a couple or more he's putting in the gift pack. Oh, yes, his new showstopper topping. This is SOS-Free bagel spice. This stuff rocks. So Nick's going to be giving that away. And again, most of these companies have ongoing affiliate codes for me. So if you don't win, consider ordering, because you'll get free samples or a discount. We have from California Balsamic, Thomas's Vinegars, and he's going to be giving a pack of my favorite flavors, which are, if you haven't tried it, this is probably my #1 flavor. Now you can see by the fact how empty the bottle is. This is the 7-herb Italian. You won't need to ever make Italian dressing again. And then, of course, oops, I accidentally pulled the same bottle. It's curry is my other favorite, and then teriyaki, and then sweet heat. And then my 5th favorite is the hickory smoke. But I did want to let you know he has a new flavor, pumpkin spice, which I haven't tried yet, but I hope to try soon and create recipes for. So I think I got everything on this tray. So, oh, it's heavy. Let me move it so that I can see you better. Okay, now we're getting into the expensive prizes. Okay, so of course, the 3rd most expensive prize is the Holland Bowl. This is Corey's going to be donating a whole set, a 15-inch bowl chopping set with the mezzalune. So that's over $125. Then Instant Pot is going to be giving away the combo air fryer pressure cooker. They're going to be giving away the 6-quart. So it's not only a wonderful pressure cooker, but it comes with a top that you can air fry in, and it's going to have some accessories. I believe it's a pan and a loaf pan. So that's amazing prize. That's about $200 value. And then the pièce de résistance, as they say in France, is a company that I have just met, and the product came yesterday, so I haven't tried it. But I thoroughly investigated this before I was interested in this, because those of you that watch me regularly know that I'm hosting a summit that starts November 14th for 9 days. It's absolutely free. It's called the GI Health Summit, and hopefully you'll register for that. One of the things I learned in the summit that shocked me is that there's certain ingredients in boxed plant milks that are not only deleterious to our health, but especially our gut and our microbiome. And I'm somebody that has suffered with severe GI issues for a long time. And I was buying these plant milks for convenience. Now, that's not to say that there aren't clean plant milks out there. I'm sure the ones with soybeans and water are fine, but I'm allergic to soy. But also, the older I get, the more I think about the environment and the packaging, and I don't like having to keep buying those boxes, which is why I started using this, and I love this. I was watching a video with this guy that I had met at I can't think of the name of that show that they have every spring in Anaheim, but I really trust him. His name is John, and he has a lot of videos on discount juicers. And I was watching him demonstrate these various machines that make plant milk. And of course, yes, you can make it in your Vitamix, but here's the thing. I don't want to have anything left over. I don't want any pulp because what am I going to do with it? But the other thing is when you make milk in a way, see what I love about Joy Foods is it doesn't separate. It's like smooth, it's creamy, there's no waste. But often when you use certain machines and certain methods, you have to strain it and then you got all this pulp. But then what happens is if you got the pulp, that's where all the fiber and the nutrients are. And instead of drinking almond milk, you're drinking, as Tony explained, almond water. And that's not on. I want the whole full food being used. So this machine right here, I'll show you, it comes with this really, really cool cookbook. I mean, the recipes sound amazing. They have milk made out of pears and all kinds of things. So this machine is called the Nutri-Milk, and it's a big thing. And I am going to get started on it really soon. This costs $569, and somebody in the United States is going to win this. But what's really cool about this is it not only makes plant milk, it makes nut butters. And my husband does eat nut butters, and I'm just getting tired of all the plastic that I see in the recycle bin. So I cannot wait to figure out how to use this and make some videos for upcoming Weight Loss Wednesdays to show you. But this looks amazing. Check out their videos. I'll be making some. And again, this will come with the book, and I think it's going to come with the secondary bowl. Okay, so thank you so much to all the wonderful donors and those donors that are available on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I'm going to be doing my regular Chef AJ Live, and I'm going to call it Small Vendor Sunday. And they'll each have, well, they were supposed to have 10 minutes, but now that there's 16 of them, they might have only about 7 minutes to come and talk about their products and what specials they're going to have just for that weekend for Cyber Monday. So hopefully you'll tune in there as well. All right, done with the prizes. Again, please sign up to be on my mailing list because there's just no way that I can verbally articulate the details of a contest correctly, especially because this video could be on YouTube forever. So, you know, you can always unsubscribe afterwards, but I think that's the best way to deal material. I can't see if there's any questions, but maybe if there are, Charles will tell me. But here's what I want to talk about today. I get a lot of requests for doing what they call what I eat in a day videos. And I really haven't done them. And I know they're very popular and people love them. And I don't do them. And I have a lot of resistance to doing them. And I'm going to explain why. So if you've ever taken any of my classes, like the 21-day lose weight with a full plate class, we use sometimes a tool called SHYE, see how you eat. And we encourage the people to journal their food during especially the beginning of the weight loss process. And I remember that I teach that class probably a couple times a year. And I remember the first time I took the class, you know, the students were asking, well, what does Chef AJ eat? So I was doing that, and it got really boring because Chef AJ eats not the same thing every day, but basically the same thing every day. And I can explain to you why, in terms of why it's better for people that have GI issues, that have certain GI issues, why it's better for people that have a history of food addiction or they're struggling to lose weight. But really right now, the way my life is, this pandemic has gotten me busier than ever. I didn't know that the show was going to be a show. When I started doing Chef AJ Live, the first day of sheltering, which I think was March 20th or March 21st, it was really, again, an attempt to connect with community, but another example of me pushing the wrong button because I don't know, I'm not very good at this, and people liking it. And now I get so many people that want to be on the show that often have to do 2 shows a day to accommodate them. And I'm booked through March 22nd of next year. And people are asking to be booked later. I'm committing to that for 1 year. So I'm really busy. And I also want to do the things I want to do in life, like walk Bailey in the morning for an hour and spin for an hour. So eating is not my top priority anymore. Now, when I was addicted to processed food, sugar and flour and oil, that kind of stuff, then it was really my top priority, but it's not. So I'm at the point now, like Dr. Furman says in his book, where I basically eat to live rather than live to eat. Now, that doesn't mean my food isn't delicious, that I don't enjoy it. And it's funny because when Charles and I have dinner every night, we both say to each other, oh my God, this food is so good. We really love our food. And I just would rather eat my food than pretty much anybody else's, or certainly any restaurant food. I keep it simple because eating simply it works for my lifestyle, it works for my budget, and it works for time management. So I'm just going to show you what I eat based on what I have. But I will tell you that one of the reasons I can't do a what I eat in a day video is because I don't know what I ate in a day until I ate it. And I don't want to be putting out like what I think a day's worth of food is going to be. If you're familiar with this book, The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss, chapter 2, where I explain calorie density, I eat what's called to the left of the red line. Here's the little chart. Basically, what that means is I eat at a caloric density of 600 calories per pound or less, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. I don't really eat legumes. That's another reason, not because of their calorie density. But by eating this way, I can eat what's called ad libitum because I'm not adding chemicals to my food like sugar, oil, flour, alcohol, salt. I don't eat chocolate, things like that, or caffeine. I can eat as much as I want whenever I want until I'm comfortably full. And comfortably full means satisfied. It doesn't mean so full that I want to throw up. I've done that for almost 10 years now. And I've maintained a 50-pound weight loss after being obese for 52 years. Eating simply means that it's not that I don't eat different foods. It just means that I'm not chasing recipes and doing recipes every day. And as I mentioned, I really do like my recipes best. I also like other people's recipes like Chef Darshana, and I subscribe to the Forks Over Knives meal plan I've had for 2 years. And every now and then I print up a recipe and I will be adventurous. But I really like what I eat. And even when I was fat and addicted to food, I didn't have like a different flavor Slurpee every day. I had a Coke Slurpee every day till I was 43 with 8 pumps of vanilla syrup. I went back for a Dr. Pepper. I didn't have a Coke or a 7-Up or a root beer. I kind of ate the same thing every day anyway when I ate differently. And it's funny because when people come to a plant-based diet, all of a sudden it's like, there's no variety? Really? There's 18,000 different kinds of legumes. There's 400 types of sweet potatoes. There's endless numbers of grains. So I have variety within my food groups of fruits, vegetables, and starch. So basically, I eat a starch-based diet, like Dr. McDougall teaches. The majority of my calories come from starch. In my case, it's potatoes, sweet potatoes, and whole grains. But the volume, the amount I eat, comes from vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, and then I enjoy fruit for dessert. I eat 2 meals a day, not because I'm trying to do intermittent fasting because I think it's going to make me live longer, because I never ate breakfast. I mean, unless you count a Coke Slurpee as breakfast, I never ate solid food till lunch my whole life. That's just the way I am. And I'm not hungry in the morning. If I was, I would eat. It's never happened yet. Even the one day that I didn't eat for 40 hours because my dog was sick and he eventually did pass away. And so it was 40 hours till I had food again. Even not eating I remember it was Sunday night at 5 o'clock. And then when I woke up Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock, I was dizzy from not eating, but I wasn't hungry. I just don't get hungry in the morning. And I really do believe what Dr. Furman says about how no one could ever become overweight unless they ate outside the demands of true hunger. So I basically eat when I'm hungry, and usually I'm hungry around 12. Some days, if I didn't get to spin, I'm not hungry till 1 or 2. But really, that's the secret. Eat when hungry, stop when full. So what do I eat when I'm hungry? Well, non-starchy vegetables first. Now, sometimes when I was losing weight, I was eating a lot more food because I weighed more and I was eating probably 4 pounds at least of non-starchy vegetables, maybe more. Now I probably eat only about 2 to 3 pounds of non-starchy vegetables a day. And sometimes I don't sequence my meals. What sequencing means, sequencing is a great thing if you are at a plateau, which, by the way, Dr. Lau says there's no such thing. It's merely a behavioral equilibrium. But sequencing is what they teach at the True North Health Center, where you start every meal with a large raw salad, which is about 100 calories a pound. Then you have a nice large serving of steamed greens, which is about 200 calories a pound, and then you eat your starch. And that's a great way to eat if you're trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to lose weight anymore, so sometimes I mix my starch and vegetables. But I always make sure that the first several bites I'm always getting the vegetables in first, because my feeling is you want to start your day in a savory way if you're somebody that struggles with excess weight and food addiction, especially sugar addiction. So maybe the first thing I'll eat when I'm hungry is this beautiful chopped salad, which, by the way, I have a video called The 7 Secrets to Superior Salad Satisfaction. But my salad is a green cabbage, purple cabbage, carrots, and the power greens from Costco. We learned that when we were chopping other greens, they were going bad quickly. So this will last in the refrigerator. Well, I mean, it would last probably a week, but we probably would eat it up, Charles and I, probably in 4 days. As much as I love California balsamic and Dillon's dressings, and I do, I like my own better, and they're easy to make. The recipes are actually in my new book, Own Your Health, which, by the way, was discounted 10% today on Amazon. So usually what I'll have is one of my two favorite dressings that I always have made. My two favorites are lemon poppy seed and the new creamy Southwestern Ranch. I take the bottles from California Balsamic. When they're empty, I wash them in the dishwasher and then I reuse them for my own dressings. And when we don't have a pandemic, I gift my dressings to friends and neighbors. I love how Dr. Jay Gordon says, eat a salad every day the size of your head. And I try to do that. I even try to do it twice. But Dr. Furman also says the salad is the meal. So I'll add things to my salad. I don't chop it in, but I'll add things like fresh organic berries or any leftover grain. I like to make grain dishes, believe it or not, in my rice cooker, even though I love my Instant Pot because it's just easier. And I love to mix grains like white rice with brown rice, with things like wild rice. And so I love cold rice in a salad. But usually what I'm having in this with it are my beloved sweet potatoes. And I didn't plan this. It just happened that I cooked these today. You see, I don't have a formal batch cooking system like Tammy Kramer. If you need a system, please go to Nutmeg Notebook. She has it perfected. Because I'm self-employed and work at home, and I work 7 days a week, but I don't work all day, every day, what I do for my batch cooking is that when I eat the last potato or sweet potato, then I cook more. Same thing with rice. I don't wait till I'm out and then cook because you never want to be in a position where you don't have healthy food ready. See, my feeling is the reason I've been successful where some people may haven't is really two things. I'm not that extraordinary, trust me. I mean, people say, oh, you have such willpower. I don't have any willpower. Willpower is a short-lived commodity that depletes throughout the day, especially if you have to make a decision. I never have to decide to eat something in my environment that isn't there. So I'm never triggered by anything that's hyperpalatable or calorie dense or not on my plan because really the secret to my success is a clean environment. And that's what all the experts like Dr. Lyle and Dr. Carrie Saunders and Dr. Tom Campbell say. You know, I can quote them. We must work harder on our environment than we do ourselves. My saying is if it's in your house, it's in your mouth. Dr. Saunders always said, if you hang around a barbershop, it's just a matter of time until you get a haircut. Dr. Tom Campbell says, if you have temptation in your environment, you'll fail. The secret to my success is not a drop, not a crumb, not a morsel of non-compliant food has entered this house since January 2nd, 2012. But I always have healthy food ready. That's the flip side of the secret. You see, if all you had in your environment was healthy food, you would eat it. And so my two favorite potatoes or sweet potatoes are the murasaki and the hana yam. And so the truth is I never tire of these. I'm not eating these because I have to. I'm eating them because they're delicious. And so what I'll do, lunch number one, which is my favorite lunch, which is what I had today, is I will put in the Pampered Chef micro steamer for about 4 minutes. It depends if it's a 12-ounce or a 16-ounce bag of organic broccoli. And then I will have it with this. I don't know how many I eat. That's the thing. It depends how hungry I am. I eat at least one, but some days I eat 1.5. Some days I eat 2. I don't know. Are you the same amount of hungry every day? That's why I could never understand these weighing and measuring programs. How do you know how hungry you're going to be the day before? And then the other favorite lunch is the chopped salad I showed you with this. And sometimes I like to put a little bit of jalapeno powder on my salad to make it a little bit spicy, or fresh jalapeno. All right. The other thing I do is I always have something in the freezer. You know, I always struggle with trying to find out meal plans for people because I don't know what your food allergies or intolerances are or preferences. I can tell you that my lunches are 3 things. The 2 potato meals I showed you, or leftovers from the night before. So it's not like I'm eating the same thing every day in the same way. I'm switching up the dressing. I'm switching up what goes in it, what starch. So it's always delicious. As a matter of fact, lunch might be my favorite meal because that's when I'm breaking the fast. And dinner is, we have a rotation. You know, if you really are honest with yourselves, how many of you really eat 30 different dinners every month and 30 different lunches? And if you eat breakfast, 30 different breakfasts. You know, they say that most families have about 5 or 6 family favorites that they rotate through the month. Well, that's the same for our family. And so my top recipes from my book, The Secrets to Ultimate Weight Loss, that we have at least every 2 weeks would be the cauliflower bisque, actually the cauliflower bisque, the improved recipes in this one, the creamy curried kabocha squash soup, the smoky butternut bisque, the red lentil chili, which I have a legume-free option, and the black bean mushroom chili, which I also have a legume-free option, and the best beanless bean burger. So I always have those ready. So I have the 8-quart Instant Pot, and I'll make up a big thing of cauliflower bisque, and then we'll eat it one night for dinner, maybe over millet, maybe over rice. And then what I'll do is I will take the amount that Charles and I eat, which is usually about 3 cups per person, and I'll put it in my Tupperware that goes in the freezer, and then I have it. I'll usually have at least 2 of these. And so then in subsequent weeks, I can pull out this, I can pull out the smoky butternut bisque, whatever soup I have. So I always have this ready. And we have a lot of rice now. We've been preparing for who knows what's going to happen after the election. We've got huge bags of rice, but I also have some organic frozen rice. So I buy the one at Trader Joe's, and yes, Chef AJ eats white rice. I'm not ashamed. I love it. So I always have this, which microwaves in 3 minutes. Because one of the other meals that we have, because on the nights I teach late, is something called lockdown stir fry. You can find that recipe on YouTube, because I'm in class 3 or 4 nights a week studying stand-up comedy and improv. So I don't have a lot of time to spend cooking dinner. My favorite thing is the best beanless bean burgers. So I make these, and then it's really, really easy. This is one of the things that tastes just as good microwave as it does when it first came out. And then I'll buy the bib, whatever it's called, the lettuce, and then we'll make things like that. And a lot of times for dinner, our dinners are based just on potatoes. So I will make just, we'll call it, Friday. It doesn't have to be Friday, but I'll use that little machine that cuts the perfect fries, and I'll put it in the Breville air fryer. And then we'll just have a salad or vegetables. So we eat really simple, starch-based meals with the non-starchy vegetables, and then fruit for dessert. Or sometimes it is a dessert. So let me just show you what sometimes it is a dessert means. One of our favorite things, especially the night that we have comedy class and we don't have a lot of time to eat, so then we microwave the bean burger, and maybe we'll have corn on the side, which you can cook in the Instant Pot in 0 minutes. I'll have to do a video on that. Or the fries, is we'll have a recipe that came up on YouTube. But recently it's the Date Shake 2.0, but I started putting the Dandy Blend in. We love that. So that we feel like we're having a coffee milkshake. And if there's leftovers, what we do, sorry that I keep coming off screen. It's just that I didn't want to keep freezer stuff out. So I make them into popsicles. And if I want a treat, then I have one of these. Absolutely delicious. The other thing I do is whenever I make anything, I batch cook it. So for example, I have a great recipe on YouTube for 3-ingredient waffles. So if I'm going to bother taking the blender and the waffle maker out, I'm just going to make extra, because these freeze great. Everything freezes great, pretty much. Even Hannah yams, I freeze, because I can use these in later recipes for the burger or for my eggnog or for my desserts. So I make sure that my freezer is always fully stocked with things like ripe bananas that have been peeled. Sorry, I'm doing it this way, but it's too hard to move the computer. Always have these for a quick meal. These makes a great panini crust, delicious. And then one of my favorite fruits, jackfruit. So always have frozen fruit in my freezer. Right now I have cherries, I have blueberries, I have jackfruit, I have grapes. Grapes are amazing frozen. And then I also have, let's see, I have my ice cream sandwiches. These are on the bottom shelf, so it's not like I see the dessert. I do them half face, just because when I do them full, it's just too hard to get your mouth around it. So I always have these treats available if I want them. And then I always buy things like these organic hash browns, fire roasted. These are things you can find at Sprouts. So I always have something. I also have frozen vegetables in my freezer. I think you know what Brussels sprouts and broccoli look like, but although I do prefer fresh, except for Brussels sprouts. So in my refrigerator right now, one of the things I always do, and again, I really do use Tupperware and love it. So I've got a watermelon, gift from Steve Middleman. Not the ripest one, Steve. And but it's delicious. When watermelon's not as sweet as you'd like it, you can just blend it up. And so the other thing is you have to cut it up. You can't just have the watermelon sitting there. So I'm always prepared. If I'm hungry, there's always that. All there is healthy food, but it's always ready. Right now, what I have, I love turnips. So today I have turnips. This is my favorite broccoli. I don't know why. It just tastes better than any broccoli I've ever had. So I have that. If I'm hungry, generally the 2 meals I eat are enough. But if I get hungry between meals, I love purple carrots or really any vegetable, because you guys know my motto: if you're not hungry enough to eat vegetables, you're not hungry. And we've been chomping down on this lately. This is my newest recipe. I call it frosted double-decker pumpkin pie. You see, Dr. McDougall has asked me to do a demo for his upcoming live McDougall program. I haven't taught a cooking demo for McDougall since June of 2009. It's been over 10 years. So I'm beyond thrilled. He wants me to do a holiday class. And so I wanted to create a new recipe. So guys, get on my mailing list. That's where all the fun is. So this is amazing. And this has, the funny thing is it doesn't have that many dates in it. I used 8 ounces for the whole pie, which serves between 12 and 16. This weighs a ton. The funny thing is I don't even like pumpkin. I don't even like pumpkin pie. And this is literally one of the best things I've ever eaten. So we have that in the fridge, and that's kind of it. Got some club soda. I'm going to see if I can see these comments now. Let's see. Is there any way to minimize this? Hold on, guys. Charles is helping me. He's my husband. If you haven't met him, how can I make this a little smaller? So I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's questions or God. There's so many comments. Let me see. You guys want to see Bailey? I flat ironed her.
Okay, well, I can read you some.
Oh, you can read me some of it. Great.
Where is the pumpkin pie recipe?
Well, the pumpkin pie recipe is in here because it hasn't been written down yet. But I know I have to do that because it's delicious. It really is. And it has no flour. I mean, look, if you put the oats in the food processor, is that a flour? I don't grind it first. I mean, and let's see. Anything else?
Let's see, can you use parsnips as a dessert?
Can you use parsnips as a dessert? I haven't done it. Parsnips are very sweet, especially if you roast them. I've made a dessert once with, and I don't know if I did a recipe for this, but I took Hannah yams and I mashed them and I put some California balsamic blueberry vinegar with blueberries and I wrapped it into collard greens. I don't know if I ever shot that one, but I ate it. I mean, I eat a vegetable for dessert.
Let's see, where do you get frozen jackfruit?
Well, I get frozen jackfruit at either Whole Foods or Sprouts.
How do you find the ripe watermelons?
I find ripe, I don't always find ripe watermelon, but Steve Middleman, the comedian who was on episode 55 of Weight Loss Wednesday and a contributor to the book, Own Your Health, he says that the watermelon guy says that if they're ugly, they're sweet. But this one was ugly and not sweet. So I don't know. I don't really have a watermelon secret. If you buy it cut up, generally, the more red it is, the sweeter it is. This isn't really watermelon season right now, though.
See, what's the best birthday cake recipe?
What's the best birthday cake recipe is the double layer vanilla frosted carrot cake, which you got free in a video if you bought the book during the introductory period. Otherwise, it's going to be in the next book, my 4th book, which isn't out yet, Date with Dessert. This is not out yet. The ebook does not have the carrot cake. But again, it depends what you like. You know what a great birthday is? And this is what I get Dr. Doug Lyle every year, is an edible arrangement. That's a really wonderful birthday gift.
See, a couple of questions on jackfruit. Someone wants to know if the frozen jackfruit is sweet, and another person wants to know is do you have a video on making jackfruit?
No, I don't have a video on jackfruit. When I lived in Sherman Oaks, I lived next door to a mom and pop fruit stand where we would buy the whole jackfruit, and it's very good, but it's very sticky. Jackfruit tastes like juicy fruit gum. Then there's ripe jackfruit and unripe jackfruit. There's the kind that's in a can that's also called green jackfruit. So I don't have any jackfruit. Well, I do have jackfruit videos using the one in the can or the box, but if jackfruit is, if it's the fruity kind, the yellow, it's very, very sweet. It tastes like juicy fruit gum. I really recommend it. I think it's Dr. Furman's favorite fruit, I heard him say. And by the way, thank you, Elspeth. If you see me in cute clothes, it is because Elspeth Feldman of the Speedy Vegan, who's going to be doing a demo with her lovely daughter on Halloween, has been sending me all these tops. And so the truth is I don't like t-shirts, and I don't like to hurt people's feelings because they're always giving me t-shirts. So I wear them on the air. So what I'm doing is I found this company and I took 24 t-shirts that I love because they were gifts, but I really don't wear, and they're going to be made into a quilt. So when it's done, I'll show it to you.
Let's see, are the frozen handed yams cooked?
Are the frozen handed yams cooked? Yes. So I always cook extra, and then I cool them, obviously. It's easiest to peel a potato when it's hot. I peel it, then I cool it, and then I freeze it into 1 cup segments. So I know if I need it for a recipe, I just take out one of the balls. Anything else?
Yes. Where did you get your necklace?
My necklace is, okay, so I used to live across the street from the Fashion Square Mall, and they had a Macy's. And when I was an activity director in 2003 at a retirement home, my boss gave me the A from Macy's, but I was AJ, and I asked her where she got it. And then I went to Macy's. It was $60 because it's silver. So after Christmas, I went to Macy's and bought the J for half price, $30. And Greg the jeweler in Studio City, if you're watching, I doubt it, he fused them together. So this is my favorite necklace.
Where is the beanless burger recipe located?
The beanless burger recipe is located on page 156. This is so good, guys. I'm not kidding. Regular people love this. They say it's the best burger they ever had, beans or not. It's really, really delicious. Just make sure that when you're using chili powder, chili powder can vary in intensity. So something like Penzeys 9000, which is good, is really hot. So I tend to use a milder chili powder, like the one from Trader Joe's or the one from Whole Foods that's salt-free. So just beware if you're using and Bravado from Benson's, it's delicious, but super hot. But I'm telling you, that is the one recipe that is not quick and easy. It does take some time to saute, but it is so worth it. And I do the same thing. So when I eat the last burger, I make the next batch. And so my eating is so easy because I don't have to decide what to eat. I do, but there's always these choices. The healthy food is pretty much always ready. So I often think about it in the morning, and I'll say to Charles, what do you want tonight? But everything we eat is so delicious because we're not eating that other thing to make our food taste less good, if that makes sense.
Let's see, where's a carrot cake recipe?
Carrot cake recipe is nowhere yet. It was a bonus for people that bought this book during the introductory period. So it is nowhere else right now, unless you're a member of Feel Fabulous. I think it might be in the member center there, but that is going to be in my next book, A Date with Dessert. And boy, is it good.
And that's another question, is the date with dessert, when does the book version come out?
I don't know, because I'm trying. So have you ever written a book? It is not easy. It's like I have a summit coming out, and then I have another summit. I'm guessing not until next year. I would love for it to be out for Valentine's Day. That would be amazing.
Let's see, where do you get your frozen broccoli?
Frozen broccoli, you can get it at Trader Joe's organic, Whole Foods organic. I don't love frozen broccoli. I have it as a backup. I really do. That's one vegetable I prefer fresh. But the frozen Brussels sprouts from Trader Joe's, the baby Brussels sprouts that are 99 cents, I like those better than even fresh Brussels sprouts. And I know people say, oh, Chef AJ doesn't eat all organic. No, Chef AJ is not perfect. If I am perfect, there's 2 ways I'm perfect. I'm perfect in that I keep a clean environment, and I'm perfect in my preparation techniques. But no, I eat white rice. I love it. I don't eat 100% organic. And now that I'm interviewing more and more doctors, I don't know if organic is all it's cracked up to be. I mean, it's probably better, but I learned from Dr. Ron Weiss in our interview, they use tons of chemicals. So maybe it's better, but is it really what we think it is? So who knows?
When will the pumpkin pie recipe come out?
I don't know. When will you guys want so much from me. When will it come out? Like I said, I developed it for teaching at the McDougall program, which is November 13th. So I think I kind of have to make it exclusive to his group first. But, it would be nice if it came out by Thanksgiving, wouldn't it? And then I'd have to shoot a video. I am doing those for Dr. Baxter Montgomery, a Thanksgiving feast on Monday, November 9th at 5 o'clock. So you see, got to be on my mailing list, because it's not like we sell you stuff. We just tell you stuff. And because I do a lot of these things for these doctors that are free, but I can't always remember to say everything on the daily show, which is 11 a.m. Pacific time every day, sometimes a second show at 2 o'clock. I hope you guys will sign up for the GI Health Summit, because I put so much work and my heart and soul. It was so hard to get these doctors, because they're academics and they're teaching at universities and hospitals. And it was not easy to pin them down for an interview, let me tell you. And I just think, well, I don't have GI problems. Well, there's stuff to learn, even if you think you don't, about the microbiome that will blow your mind, especially if you eat plants exclusively.
Here's a question about soy milk that has added vitamin D and B12. Is it better to have those vitamins added?
You know, I think okay. First of all, if you're drinking plant milk, that's already better than anybody drinking dairy milk. And if you're drinking plant milk without oil, sugar, and salt, that's already better. I don't know. That's more of a Dr. Greger question. My feeling is I would rather, if I'm going to take supplements, kind of take them in the pure form because they were prescribed by my lifestyle medicine doctor, who, by the way, Dr. Wayne Dysinger, will be on the show on December 29th and is accepting new patients, both in person and telemedicine. I don't know. So I tend to think that the fewer ingredients, the better. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like people, you know, what's that saying? You know, there's an elephant in the room and they focus on the fly on the wall. If you're doing so much right, I don't sweat the small stuff. And that's why when people say, oh, Chef AJ, you know, she had whatever, you get criticized a lot. If you're out there, you're gonna, yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm perfect because my environment's perfect and my batch cooking is perfect, but I'm not perfect. I eat. You know, I'm not afraid to eat the balsamic vinegar. I know that like, oh, Goldhammer doesn't approve it. By the way, I'm allowed to do what I want. I believe in everything he says, and I believe he is the most right of everybody, but I don't do everything he says. I've got my own mind. And I think one of the things that drives me crazy is that I think your body is your best teacher. And, you know, I get slammed a lot because I don't eat beans and nuts. People say, oh, you know, she's a bad influence because first of all, I don't tell anybody not to eat those things. I tell you to listen to your body and try what works for you. And you can always do an experiment for 3 weeks, eliminating certain foods if you think they're problematic in terms of whatever, GI distress or food addiction. The thing is nobody can taste in my mouth or think in my brain or feel in my body. And so I find it so curious when people listen to doctors that are not their doctor. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. I love all the plant-based doctors, but unless you are their patient and they are examining you and looking at your blood tests, why do something because Dr. Joe or Dr. whoever says to do it? I think nowadays it's never been easier to have a lifestyle medicine doctor, meaning a doctor that's certified in lifestyle medicine. They're all doing telemedicine. And so I listened to my doctor. And if my doctor, Dr. Wayne Dysinger, said, you know, you must eat beans, you must eat nuts, I would. He checks my blood. My omegas are great. So I don't tell other people what to do, but I think you should listen to what works for your body. I think that plants work for everybody. There's always going to be one type of plant-based diet that might be better. Some people need more fat, athletes, children. Some people can't have gluten, but I don't think you should just you know, and the other thing is they listen to the doctor that agrees with what they want to do. So in other words, if they want to drink coffee, they'll find the doctor that says it, even though all the doctors that I interview, like Dr. Goldhammer and the ones for the summit, say, no, it's not good for you. And if they want to drink alcohol, they find the one that says that. So they kind of cherry pick so that they're able to keep all their addictions in while eating a plant-based diet. And that's fine. Listen to your own body and be your own doctor, you know, and let food be thy medicine. Any other questions?
Yes, a few more. Why does Dr. Goldhammer say not to eat some of those vinegars?
Oh, if you want to know exactly why Dr. Goldhammer says not to eat the vinegars, it's on Tammy Kramer's Nutmeg Notebook page where she interviewed him. Great job, by the way, Tammy. He thinks they're too sweet. Okay, so vinegar is like, I don't know what, 5 calories a tablespoon. The balsamics, and it's not just California balsamic, so don't be bashing my friend Thomas. It's all the reduced ones are about 30 to 36 calories per tablespoon. What Dr. Goldhammer may not know is that his chefs at True North reduce their own balsamic. So he buys the Costco balsamic, which is 4% acidity. They reduce it. They're still using it. It's just not sold that way in the variety of flavors. His wife, Dr. Morano, loves California balsamic and uses it. Dr. Goldhammer is a buzzkill. He's no fun, but I understand where he's coming from because when the people get to True North, they're very, very sick. And he basically operates at the highest level, and he doesn't really care about food in terms of like how good it tastes. It's just and also he, you know, he started when he was 16. He didn't ever develop those addictions, but he had a conversation on the phone with Thomas, and Thomas is working on trying to get some of those delicious flavors in the vinegars that are not reduced. But think about it, the reason we like them is because they're sweet and reduced, and I'm not drinking it from the bottle. I'm using it to make vegetables and salads taste good. And if you can't condiment responsibly, maybe it's not for you. You know, I always say with any product, when in doubt, leave it out. But these vinegars last me a long time, because I would say I use a couple of tablespoons in a meal, maybe 4. So I don't worry about it. But if you, and again, I feel bad for people that live in a place that they can't get these. And I tried my best in this book where I actually mentioned the vinegars. I can't make them myself. I tried. I spent months trying to say, well, if you don't have California balsamic curry, use this. But realize the companies that make them, they have this big vat and they mix them. So I've never been able to infuse them at home. However, you know who can? J.L. Fields. And we did a video and she teaches you how to do that. I've not been able to do that. I don't want to make any more recipes, guys, because I'm happy eating what I eat. And it takes a long time to make up a recipe and test it and test it and test it. Any more questions?
Yes, questions about the upcoming GI Summit.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be available to watch this in the daytime,
Mm-hmm.
or nighttime?
Okay.
Is it only for 24 hours?
Yeah. So thank you for that question on the GI Health Summit, and that's why you want to be on my mailing list. But also, I'll post the link to summits are absolutely free. I'm sure you guys know the format. Our summits, the ones I do with Toby from Better Life Summits, these are 9 days, and during that 9 days, it's absolutely free. And then usually there's a replay weekend that's absolutely free. You have 24 hours to watch the videos. There's 4 a day. So there's 40 experts. And so there's 4 videos a day. There's 36 lectures. And it starts at 8 a.m. Pacific time and goes to noon Pacific time every day. And I will be there live, typing in the chat if people have questions, and also giving my takeaways through audio only, not video, because the pandemic, Toby can't be here to do it the way we did the other summit. And no giveaways for GI Health, but next year, Weight Loss wins, Truth About Weight Loss, we hope to have giveaways from these wonderful vendors. And we are trying to get as many of the speakers that are in the summit to come on live as a bonus the day. So for example, I already have Dr. Jessica Krant, who's one of the speakers, and she's a dermatologist. And you wonder, well, why is a dermatologist in a gut health summit? You'll find out. Guess what? Your skin has its own microbiome. She's going to come on live one of the days at 3 o'clock. And then Dr. Doug Drossman is going to come on, I think, November 19th. So we're trying to get some of the doctors to participate live as well. Thank you for asking. I had a really fun time. It was way above my pay grade. I mean, I felt like the dumbest person in the world interviewing these doctors. It was like, well, you know, Roseanne Alviera's lecture is going to blow your mind, because she is going to explain once and for all why people that weigh and measure their food and calorie count to lose weight always gain it back. And it has to do with something with gut health. It's mind blowing. I just listened to it again on the spin bike for the 3rd time. Anything else?
Yes. Let's see, what is your favorite yam?
My favorite yam would be the Hannah. And I know not everybody can get that. Some places it's called the Jersey yam or the white sweet potato. I like the Japanese, but they're too sweet for me. It's funny, somebody who was a sugar addict for 43 years, everything's too sweet for me now. So the Hannah is like, if the way I rank sweet potatoes is the Hawaiian, which I probably could get a code for. And I've been trying to get that guy to come on. He's very shy. The Hawaiian, which are purple, gray, kind of beige outside, purple inside, very, very sweet, like cake and ice cream. And then I would say the next one are the Korean or the Japanese. And then I would say, depending on how ripe your orange ones are, or the orange ones can be sweet, but the Hannah is really not that sweet. It has a subtle vanilla flavor, and it's got the texture. It's sort of almost like if they mixed a russet with a sweet potato. So the Hannah happens to be my favorite because it's less sweet than the Japanese. So when I eat the Japanese, I always have to put something not sweet on it, like Sweet Heat from California balsamic, because it is too sweet. That's why I use them in dessert recipes, because they are so sweet. The only sweet potato I don't love is the orange one, which is often called the garnet yam. I do like it if I'm making fries or making mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving, but that's not my favorite sweet potato. Sorry, I can't see the comments, so I have to have Charles read them to me.
The Dr. McDougall seminar you'll be you'll be doing, is that a webinar?
Yeah, okay, so great question. So Dr. McDougall has just asked to come on live Sunday, this Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And he said, I want to interview you. And I'm like, okay, a little nervous there. But so Dr. McDougall for years has been teaching a live-in program, a 10-day program at the Flamingo Hotel in Santa Rosa. He no longer lives in Santa Rosa and they're not doing live programs. And so he's doing his 12-day program online now, where you get him and Mary in your house every day. They check in with you, and there's Dr. Doug Lyle and Dr. Anthony Lim are giving lectures. And so they have culinary instructors, and he never used me. Well, I guess because I didn't live there, he always used people that lived in Santa Rosa. But now that it's online, I get to participate. And my turn is 4 p.m. on Friday, November 13th. So you have to be enrolled in his course.
The GI Health Summit you were just talking about, is there a discount for getting it early?
Yes. So actually, that's a great question. The summit is always free, but people think like, oh, why are they charging for the, for the material? If you realize that it takes, oops, I just made myself go away, that it takes like 6 months to a year to produce these. There's a lot of work that goes into them. So also we like to be able to give the summit away to people that really can't afford it. We charge $67 for all the recordings, the transcripts, the audio, and the video. I don't know if this one will have a book, but that's if you enroll early. If you wait till the summit starts, then I believe it goes up to $97. So that's like, it's like basically $1 an interview, kind of, or $1.50, or $1.25, something like that.
Which of your cookbooks are all Instant Pot recipes?
Oh, I don't have a cookbook that's all Instant Pot recipes. The latest two have many Instant Pot recipes. When I wrote Unprocessed, I didn't even have an Instant Pot yet, but any recipe could be converted to the Instant Pot. I've been asked to write an all Instant Pot book, but there's so many books out there already. Kathy Hester and J.L. Fields and Jill Nussenow, and I don't think I can really add anything to it, because especially since my mission is eat simply. The simpler you eat, you will save time, money, and you'll struggle less with your weight and your food addictions. So I just don't. I got roped into doing this with Glenn, and it was like, oh my God, I don't want to write any more recipes. I just want to eat my food. It's delicious. Don't need recipes. Eat food. Eat like I eat. You just take one from column A, one from column B. You grab your grain, you grab your green, you grab your fruit, you grab your sauce, and that's, I think, the best way to eat.
What is the name of the salad dressing you make besides the lemon poppy?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago on YouTube, Weight Loss Wednesday. It's my new one. It's called Creamy Southwestern Ranch. That's my new favorite. Glenn was in a hurry to get the book out, so a lot of recipes got left over. So really wanted that one in.
Now, you mentioned Feel Fabulous earlier. What is Feel Fabulous?
Feel Fabulous Over 40, or FFOF, is a membership group that costs $147 a year, which is $12 a month, where we have a smaller community of people, and it's not just women or people over 40, where we give it to you for 2 weeks free so you can see if you like it, because there's so much on the website I can't even explain. We do a weekly live interaction, and it's 1 week it's Doug Lyle, Dr. Doug Lyle, 1 week it's Dr. Frank Sabatino. So right now, since it's been going on almost 2 years, there's close to 100 videos of exclusive content from the live interactions. But there's this, it's not a meal plan, but it's a meal planner tool where you can customize all my recipes, and it generates shopping lists. You can find an accountability partner. So it's a group, and it's very nice people. And that's why we offer 2 weeks for free to see if you like it. You do have to give a credit card to sign up. People get so upset, but if you don't give us a credit card and sign up, how do we ever kick you out? It's how it works. And it's like, have you ever bought cable TV or anything, or, you got to give a credit card. And it is in Singapore, because that's where Toby used to live before he moved to Germany.
People are wondering, where can they buy Hawaiian sweet potatoes, and where can they buy Hannah yams?
Well, Hannah yams where I live are at Ralph's, Sprouts, Whole Foods, everywhere but Trader Joe's. Even the ethnic markets have them, like what's it called, Cardenas Brothers. So if you live somewhere that you don't have them, you can get. I've seen them on Amazon. The Hawaiian ones I've seen at small ethnic markets. Different places, they're generally more expensive. They can be as much as $3.99 a pound, or you can get them at Hawaii Veggie Farm. And I'm pretty sure I have a discount code, Chef AJ, like 10%, but I haven't. Thanks for reminding me. I have to talk to that guy. His name is Chi. He hasn't been wanting to come on the show.
Cooking temperature for sweet potatoes.
I do everything at 400 in the Breville on roast for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on how big they are. And I don't even poke them. I wash them and I just cut a little piece off each end. That's how Chef Bravo taught me to do it. This is so weird because it feels like I'm wearing dog ears, but it helps me, you hear me. I'd like to show you Bailey. I started, don't tell the SPCA, but I started flat ironing her hair. Is Bailey around? You gotta have Bailey in the 200th. Do you guys like my pants? Look at those, huh? All right, let me go get, we'll get Bailey because I know she's a big hit. Oh my God, I wish I could show you the painting that somebody just made of Bailey. It hasn't been delivered yet, but Bailey's godparents are snowbirds. Their names are Nina and Suge, and she's like a fine artist, and she painted Bailey for me. Hold on, let me get my little dog. Okay, all right, let's see. All right, here we go. I know I'm gonna get, oh, look, you guys, you like her hair? I flat ironed it. Isn't that crazy? People are gonna comment, oh my God, she has a dog in the kitchen. We used to get those comments in Sherman Oaks. Oh, look how dirty her counter is. Oh, look at that. Look at how Bailey has a white pup. Do you guys like the flat iron look? And now I'm going to get comments because they're going to say my back is rounded. Yes, my back is rounded. On August 6th, 1982, I was in a terrible accident. I crushed my spine, L1 and L2. So I have kyphosis. It's not because I don't eat or drink milk. Hey, Bailey, say hi to the group. Any questions for Bailey? She gets heavy after a while.
Someone's asking about where to find Texmati rice.
You know, I stopped. I love Texmati rice, and I used to speak a lot in Texas. Mandy Smith and Ed Smith had a conference every year, and I would bring an extra suitcase and just load it up from Kroger. But I'm not worried about the arsenic in rice. But Dr. Goldhammer said it would be better if I ate California rice, so now I eat Lundberg, and my favorite is. This is my favorite. So that's California rice, but Texmati's really good. Yes, indeed. All right, aren't you guys sick of me yet? I got it.
What are the exact dates of the summit?
What?
What are the exact
dates? November 14th through 22nd. It starts on a Saturday and ends on a Sunday. We've got Dr. Will B, and there is a whole slew of vegan GI doctors who you've never heard of. I didn't even know they were vegan until I interviewed them. So you're going to be meeting a lot of really cool people.
Did you give out prizes yet?
No, we didn't give out prizes. The prize is get on the mailing list. Tomorrow we send out the contest. It's going to be a really fun contest. And I hope that those that win like their gifts, and those that didn't, I still thank you so much for entering. And I hope that if you didn't win the $569 prize and you won like a $10 bottle of Benson's Table Taster, you'll still be happy. So we're going to give you guys 2 weeks for the contest once the email goes out, so you have plenty of time to fulfill it. But I think it's going to be fun. It's not going to be random. It's not going to be like just pick your name out of a hat. We wanted people to actually get involved and do something for a change, because when we tried to award prizes that way, I think it was episode 50 or 100 with Kenny and Eden trying to figure out who posted first. It was a nightmare. And especially since we're broadcasting on multiple streams, there's just no way to know. So we're going to run it through the mailing list.
What is the best cheese recipe that you found or made?
I'm not big on cheese, mainly because I'm sensitive to nutritional yeast. It really does give me a stomachache. But when I could eat it, well, of course, I'm told Miyoko's is the best, Miyoko's Creamery. But I have a recipe on my YouTube channel called, I think it's called Easy Plant-Based Dinner Party or something, or webinar, and it's a recipe by Anya Cass, and that's the one I used to teach when I would teach it. It's very good. It doesn't have any nuts in it. It's made with, I believe, agar, if I remember correctly.
Oh, here's a question about your new paperback version of Date with Dessert. Will it have recipes in it that are not in PDF version?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the hardcover will have all the recipes that are in the ebook, but it's going to have a lot of new recipes, as well as I'm thinking of putting all the dessert recipes from every book so that it all will be in one place. So you won't have to look through different books just to find dessert. That's what I'm thinking of doing.
A recommendation on the best rice cooker?
Aromi. It's $29 from Costco. This is my favorite. Oh, or Aroma, not Aromi. Aroma. Really easy. $29 Costco, lasts forever. You don't have to, and as much as I love my Instant Pot, I have to memorize how many, you know, or not memorize or look up with the rice cooker. It's just so easy. You just go by the numbers. It's idiot proof or foolproof. I shouldn't say idiot. I said that earlier on the show today. And I thought Thomas was calling me an idiot. And he was saying, I'm not an idiot. I'm getting hot. We're going to have to stop soon or turn the air on. Yeah, those little things swinging. I have a torn rotator cuff, and that's my physical therapy. Could you turn the air on? I'm so hot. Any more questions?
Yes, do you have a favorite spatula?
Do I have a favorite spatula? Let's see. I got two. This one from Tupperware because it's purple. And this one because it's, I don't know if this is a spatula, but this was from Tammy Kramer because it's rainbow. So probably these two. Hot.
Let's see, will Dr. Ken Williams Sr. be there? He's vegan from Chicago.
Beware on the summit?
Yeah, I guess maybe on your show.
Well, Dr. Ken Williams was a guest on my regular Chef AJ Live. I don't have him on the GI Health Summit. He's a cardiologist. I could ask him for the Weight Loss Summit. He's very hard to get booked. So but he's already on my YouTube channel, I think twice.
Here's a request to do a kitchen, pantry, and fridge tour sometime.
Well, that's kind of what I did today, honestly. And if you're in Feel Fabulous, the videos are already done. I pretty much showed you everything I had. That's it. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, not much else. The seasonings, the condiments. I don't know what else I could show you other than Bailey's food. I mean, there were some oats in there. What?
Did you move?
Yeah, I moved almost 2 years ago. Where you been, huh?
See, from, you know, maybe they didn't know that you moved from Los Angeles to the desert.
Yeah, moved from LA to the desert. And also, like, I do stand-up comedy shows. If you're on my mailing list, we'll send it out. The next show is November 8th. Both Charles and I will be in it. It'll be our third show since the pandemic. So that's fun, I think. What else?
Let's see. Can you show me the pot holder?
Pot holder.
It's the baby.
Oh my gosh, yes, from Heather. Oh, let me ask you a favor. Guys, if you ever get me a present, tell me who it's from. I went crazy trying to figure out who this was from. Look at this, it's Bailey. It is from Heather Goodwin. If you haven't followed her, she's so inspirational and a very talented cook. She made the pizza on my show. And her channel is the Butterfly Effect, plant-based transformation or plant-based weight loss. So yeah, I'm not going to actually probably use this because it's so cool.
Let's see, question about the Champion Juicer. What model do you have and what do you use it for?
You know, I should have had them on this show. I probably could have got one for you guys, but I don't know the model. I put it in my Amazon store. It's just the regular one. The cheapest one they have, and I have it in black. But I do use it a lot for banana ice cream because it makes the best banana ice cream. There's lots of videos on my channel, me using it.
See, Susan just ruined her food processor, needs a replacement. Any recommendations?
Well, everybody tells me the Breville Sous Chef is the best. It's very expensive. I don't have it, but everybody that has it is very happy with it. I have the Cuisinart from Costco that costs $169. I got it when it was on sale for $99. If you need to go lower in price, the Oster, O-S-T-E-R at Walmart is pretty good for about $80, as is the Black & Decker. But my recommendation is more that you get the bigger bowl. The 12-inch doesn't do anything. You need 14-inch bowl, at least 14 or 16. Anything else?
Let's see.
All right. Well, okay.
Someone did ask if Feel Fabulous help me lose weight.
Yeah. Well, what will help you lose weight is following the program, and Feel Fabulous might help in that you will get you'll get support and the weekly interaction. But I think this will help you lose weight if you do everything I say in I think it is chapter 3. That's what worked for me. So I hope you guys will jump on the mailing list so that you can see all the prizes and then enter the contest, because we really fairly can only do this by email, especially because the names people use on YouTube and Facebook, it's not your name. And a lot of times people use different emails for that. So don't forget, we've got we've got a lot of great prizes worth over $1,000, including, the Nutri-Milk machine, $569 to make your plant milks, the combination air fryer Instant Pot worth almost $200. This really amazing bowl for $125, plus most of the prizes are valued at $50. So it's something for everyone. So I'm going to say goodbye because I have to do a podcast for somebody else at 3 o'clock. Thank you so much for your support, your love, your gifts, your attention. I hope you'll join the contest, even if you don't win. We're going to make it fun. So it has to do with, you've got to send a photo in to us. So who knows, you get your photo out there. That might be fun. So thank you so much for watching another episode of Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm Chef AJ, and I truly believe you can have both the health and the body you so richly deserve. And I make healthy taste delicious.